Good morning, everyone. It's hump day, and this is The Dose. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. This is the Magic Man, Mark Hutchins, back again. In the house, Mr. Jereme Kleven.
That was forceful.
And I know, it was a good one. It was a good one. Of course, the man, the myth, the legend, the best, Byron Filson.
Morning, gentlemen.
Rocking the green best shirt today.
Yes. Back for day 2. Mr. Hodge, welcome.
So good to be here.
Welcome again. It's nice to have you back in the house.
Amazing place. Love
Coming
it.
all the way from Canada, sharing it down. Number 1 in his marketplace. Huge honor to have you here.
Thanks so much. Honor to be here.
Well, let's roll and dive in. Real quick before I do that, the roll and dive is good, but real quick before I roll and dive is, don't forget today is Workshop Wednesday. Byron, usually you say Workshop Wednesday, don't you?
Workshop Wednesday.
Thank you, Byron. And that starts at 9 o'clock at the Scottsdale office. Come one, come all. Got some great stuff to lay down today. Classes again start at 9, end around 4 o'clock. Pick and choose the course you want. Reach out to Kelly at my home group. Any questions on which courses and what's going on, but we'll see you today at 9.
All day.
Now let's dive in.
That's it.
So, we finished yesterday on how you do to manage everything, right? And Jereme was going to say, let's get more specific into that, because it's one thing to say you have you said you start with what you do in the morning, workout, meditation, then you have your priorities with family, priorities with work, et cetera. But I mean, really maybe break down a little bit too specifically on, committing to it and then like making it part of a habit that you do, because most people have trouble following through with that.
Sure. Yeah, and the second part of that question, if you don't mind, is we were talking the specific, the things that you're doing when you go Facebook A to Z, right? When you're going through there, I know people are always the first question that people have once they make that decision. Okay, I'm going to go Facebook A to Z, but what do I do? What do I say? What do I deliver? So seeing again, you're leading with building that relationship, trying to add value, of course, all those. But then I know you do a few specific to, the time of year, maybe it be a holiday. Mm-hmm. I noticed the one that you did in March, you send out a really cool message, leading up to St. Patrick's Day. Yep. So touch on a couple of those things and, how those look like. Give some people some ideas of what that they can send when you start getting into month 3, 4, 5.
Sure. And, I think that, just to answer Mark's question first, everything that I do as far as time blocking, and gosh, it's not perfect, but I consider it non-negotiable time. So I'll block off my week and my day on a regular basis so that I can just put in the things that make me productive, keep me married, and, help make my agents productive as well, along with my business partner, so that nothing gets in the way, because the rest is going to fall into place. And that comes back to Facebook A to Z as well, where, when we create our messaging, it's a monthly specific message based on, the 10 years plus of traction that I've had on that platform, where I can measure where people respond the most. So at the start, I would just be doing either an introduction or a confession. Hi, nice to meet you. Glad that you're on my personal page. Would like to send you some information. Or if it's an agent that maybe, the relationship's gone by the wayside a little bit, I'd be, it's been a little while. Would love to reconnect. Please send me your information. When you get into it and you start engaging and enrolling more and more people, whether it's through your personal page or a community page that you've created on Facebook, that is where I would start to get more specific and a little bit more direct with the message of sales. So it can be holidays, it can be, a servant support message such as check out my free investors program, which might, help them diversify their portfolio rather than with their financial planner. Or it can be simple as come to my client appreciation event. Not everybody's going to respond, but it's that extra touch and extra reminder as to what we do.
Yep. Love that.
Interesting.
Yeah. Again, everyone is always, we look for those opportunities to be able to reach out to people, and the holidays always seems like an easy one, whatever it may be, but it's a way to reach out.
There's a whole bunch of them too,
Yeah. It's just a way to
Easter. That's great.
To reach out and touch people. But, so any other tidbits on that front? We'll get off the good old social media strat or.
I think that it's just important to remember that, you want to keep it personal. Right? It's a personal message, and it's not just the private messaging, but it's just as much about how to enroll people onto our personal page. Realtors are too focused on their business pages. Yes, there's, specific reasons to use them, I get a 97% higher engagement rate on my personal page, about a 43% on my community pages, and 3% on my business. But it's about me enrolling people. And I mean, you guys see me, and a lot of people that know me see me. I'm a psycho when it comes to my personal Facebook page. My wife unfollowed me on Facebook. However, I'm enrolling people on a regular basis to that page because they're watching. Simple reminders of creating content, and then I drop a real estate post, and that is the reminder on the personal page.
Yeah, you're hitting on all the different things,
Yes.
right? Personal, life, spiritual,
Body,
inspiring.
mind, spirit, inspire, lead, serve, inspire posts, and just trying to get people to engage.
Is that kind of the trio there, lead, serve, and inspire?
100%. If I can do that for one person every day, I've served my purpose.
How many people you connected with, and how long does this take you every day?
You know what? It only takes me about 30 minutes. I at this point now have my admin that gets involved in the private messaging. That's probably the most time-consuming part of it. But I've had to, really time block my spots for social media as well. Otherwise, you can get completely consumed by it. I mean, we're talking about, some of the challenges we've had in the Be Relevant group. And so I just pick and choose some spots in the morning where I'll do a few initial posts. I know that's going to enroll some people in and getting the likes and comments and shares and things like that. Then I'll touch base a little bit later in the day and engage back and forth. It's just as important to engage with other people in the online conversation part of it than just letting them like your page.
See, that's what I was going to ask too, is that do you look for ways to engage with other people, coupled with, are you doing any kind of what we're calling, the Facebook trolling, looking for life events and things where you can be sending things like, we just had a baby, we just got married, and you can reach out to people like that?
Well, I do. And that's where I talk a lot about the community page side of it, because it doesn't just have to be a geographical community. Find communities that you're interested in, that you'd create content that you would be interested in. It's about finding our own path of least resistance, because then you'll enjoy doing it. Create that content, enroll people into that space. As they engage more and more, then you'll be able to enroll them on more of a personal level. So I don't go out and chase, as much as far as what people are doing. But I think it's important to acknowledge what people are doing if they're celebrating an event in their life, or if they're, they've just, had an accomplishment. And that's where we're having a conversation. And this is the opportunity to have them. I mean, you can't go out and have 100 conversations face-to-face as easy as you could online.
Absolutely.
Just as important to do it face-to-face. There's nothing more important than face-to-face relationships, but our society has become so much more cocooned. Not everybody wants to be door knocked. Not everybody wants to be cold called. Yes, those means are still important, but this is a platform where everybody plays. And if we can get on there and engage with them, we're going to create more opportunities.
That's great.
It's engaging, man. I fully agree. When I take all the takeaways from that, the one thing that comes is just simple engagement and giving and caring. It's the good old fashioned give to get. And I hate saying give to get, but it's just funny. I mean, just people don't do it anymore, especially in the sales position or in a sales type environment that we're in. Where clearly we are making money from selling homes, but we always say we're not selling homes. We're facilitating the transaction and making relationships.
And that's the very concept that you guys delivered the other day with the Be Relevant event. Is really trying to bring people to you. And like you just said a minute ago, we're in the business to enroll people, to create raving fans and all those kinds of things. Look for ways, and this is just a message out there, or maybe a friendly reminder, look for ways or look for communities that you can create a community page around and get people involved in that. Especially the neighborhoods that where you live. That's the lowest hanging fruit. Make it a closed group. Get everyone in your community a part of that page. You run it, you sponsor it, or not sponsor it, but you run it and monitor it. But it could be a great forum, if nothing else, for what's going on in the community.
For sure. You
know what I mean? And again, that's we've mentioned this on the dose before. It's almost like if you're familiar with Nextdoor.
Yes.
Yeah. Where people, it's like you have to live in a particular community and all that to be a part of that app. But it's the same concept. I don't think people are on Nextdoor, really.
Mm-hmm.
No. I don't read the messages that come on. I don't go on there. You know what I mean? And again, we always talk to. Yeah, it's kind
Where's
of,
my cat?
Yeah, all right.
Somebody
right.
have a cardboard box they want to sell me. It's like really,
Right.
it's annoying, but it is still. I mean, it doesn't work for real estate agents.
That's why it's just people are on Facebook, and if you had the community, and it goes beyond
create
where's
your
my
own.
cat, but bulk pickup day or missing this, or I
Yeah,
left,
it's like
we left
emergency contact. Yeah.
Mark left his bicycle at the park.
I do it
or
all the
whatever.
time. I leave it behind, along with my lunchbox. I just leave that thing behind everywhere.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, if you can create a community group that not even, has to do with the geographical community, but what if you found something that was just an item of interest? We have an agent at my office that has a local fitness community.
There you go.
So it doesn't just, encompass a geographical area, but she's enrolled, over 1,000 people that are interested in that fitness community. She, creates content that resonates with the people in that group. And because she is the owner of the community page, she then sponsors the group with a weekly real estate update and reminds the whole community that she's in the business of selling real estate. And she's doing great. She's picking up listings
I bet she's picking up a lot
from
of
mere
listings.
strangers. It's amazing.
Awesome. Well, that's just
awesome.
another plug out there. Look for ways to create communities. Look for ways to create groups. We heard a story recently. There was a real estate team back east that's catering to all Depeche Mode fans. So they have a closed group, and they have the limo for showings, and it's playing Depeche Mode music and all tricked out, the whole 9 yards. Didn't know there was a market for that, right? But they're backed up like 3 weeks on showings.
So cool. Cool.
Depeche Mode.
Super niche, hyper, either the hyper local or super niche, target markets. It's working right now.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Sometimes we get caught up in wanting to try to cast this large net. And I'm not saying don't do that. You got to cast every day, right? You got to cast the net every day. Sometimes it's a large cast, sometimes it's pinpointed, but the point is the hyper local, hyper niche things are really, really getting traction right now. So
Cool. Well, let's stop there today. Let's wrap up for now. Again, Workshop Wednesday, guys. Don't forget. See
you're
you
not
there.
getting involved. Well,
Get involved. Engage, as we talked about today, right? Thanks, guys. Tune again tomorrow. Have a great day. Go out and get it. See ya.
see ya.
Bye.